Hello, my name is Eric Porter. This speech is for public speaking by Professors Georgia Culliver. These are my note cards, the 2 note cards I have. Here are the members of the audience, 3 of them, and then the 4th one who's actually going to be recording my speech while I give it. All of us have probably had a regular cup of coffee and never tried it at least, correct? Well, if you haven't, what about a regular soda or a regular cup of tea? Well, if you have, then you have probably been exposed to a certain stimulant that is inside your special drink of choice. Do you know what that stimulant is? Well, if you guessed caffeine, then you're absolutely correct. Caffeine is considered a national stimulant across the world today, and it's a very controversial issue that has been talked about for many, many years. In fact, 90% of us consume caffeine in some form or another every single day. I personally have always wondered about caffeine and the certain aspects about this stimulant, so I decided to research it and get a better understanding of how it works inside the body. What I ended up discovering when doing my research is there are many different views on whether or not it is good for people to have, or if it's bad for the people to have. Today, I will share with you the 3 interesting aspects of caffeine, including the history and types of caffeine products, the positive effects of caffeine on the body, and finally the negative effects of caffeine on the body. Let's begin. The first interesting aspect of caffeine I'm going to talk about is the different types of caffeine and the history of it. To start, caffeine can be dated back to the year 850 BCE, and there are many different legends to how it was even found in the first place. The first legend says that an Ethiopian goat herder noticed that after his goats ate certain red berries, they started to dance and become more active. The second legend is believed that a few small leaves blew off the nearby bush into a Chinese emperor's cup of hot water, and after he started drinking it, he noticed that he'd have increased concentration and other symptoms. Well, the actual first discovery is Columbus's discovery of caffeine through the cocoa bean. In 1502, Columbus traveled to the Americas where he captured a Mayan trading canoe off the coast of Honduras. He found cocoa beans, the first existence of caffeine used in trade today. In 1544, cocoa entered Europe and was used to make specialty drinks, thus discovering caffeine in the cocoa after people drank those specialty drinks. There are many different types of caffeine drinks in the world readily available. The product that most people ingest caffeine through is coffee, and it's the leading source of caffeine products in the world today. Other than coffee, the other most bought products are called energy drinks, and are energy shots, and they carry high amounts of caffeine. Some of the names are Red Bull, Monster, Rockstar, and the famous 5-Hour Energy. So now that I've talked about the history of caffeine and types of caffeine that are present in today's world, I'm pretty sure we've all had some type or another. Now let's talk about the second interesting aspect of caffeine, and that's the positive effects of it on the body. Caffeine has been proven to help prevent certain diseases. The first disease that caffeine can prevent is Parkinson's by blocking and distorting specific nerve endings called androgen receptors that have been proven to cause the disease in the first place. The second study suggests that caffeine would help prevent Alzheimer's disease and dementia by fighting off the tau protein deposits and the amyloid protein deposits inside the brain, which clog up over time and cause Alzheimer's. The third way is caffeine has also been proven to improve mind and body functions. The first study conducted by Johns Hopkins University showed that a 200 milligram caffeine pill not only boosts memory consolidation, but also improved memory retention. The second study conducted by Walter Reed Army Institute of Research shows that caffeine improves reaction time, diligence, and logical reasoning during extended periods of sleep. Finally, just some other health benefits to caffeine and exercise. First benefit is caffeine detoxifies the liver and cleanses the colon. The second benefit is caffeine relieves post-workout and exercise pain by up to 48%. And the third and final way is caffeine can also be used as a diuretic to help lose weight by increasing the metabolism throughout the body. So there you have it. there are some of the positives about caffeine that you drink every single day and what they're doing inside your body. The third and final interesting aspect of caffeine that I'm going to talk about is the negative effects. Caffeine has been linked to cause insomnia, preventing sleep in both men and women, if taken before bed. The second way is caffeine could cause and develop certain health concerns only specific to women. The first is that caffeine has been linked to reduce fertility in women by 27%. The second is that caffeine has also been linked to cause worse menopause symptoms later in life by increasing the degree of vasomotor symptoms. Caffeine takes a massive effect on the heart over time. One study by Hidewali in the Journal of Amino Acids shows that right after drinking caffeine, the heart produced more contractions, more forceful beatings over time. Finally, caffeine consumption can lead to increased anxiety, depression, and the need for the medication to treat those symptoms. Caffeine can also cause caffeine allergies, which can cause pain and create hives if a person is sensitive to caffeine inside their body. So as you can see, I shared with you 3 interesting aspects of caffeine, including the history and types of caffeine products, the positive effects of caffeine on the body, finally the negative effects of caffeine on the body. The history of caffeine, along with the history of caffeine considered a controversial topic in today's world, have a lot of positives to it. On the contrary, there are the same amount of negative effects that caffeine could have as well. In the long run, it is really up to the person to make an informed decision on whether or not they ingest it through the drinks of their choice. So the next time you wake up and you want to have a cup of regular coffee or have a soda or energy drink to get that boost of energy in the morning, remember the different effects that caffeine inside those tasty drinks could actually have on your body before you drink it. Thank you.